Hi guys, welcome back to PBTV. We've got a brand new range of optics to talk about today, so we're going to cover a few things. So these are a small selection of all the new Delta Armory optics that have just come in. It's a new range to us, but they have been around a while and they've been very, very popular, so we're very excited to get these in, get them out into your hands so you can see what they are capable of. Obviously, we've got a sort of spread across the different types of optics, from dot sight, holographic, and zoom. This is by no means the sort of limit of all the choices out there. It's just we wanted to get a little sort of spread so we can show you the different ones. Again, every single type of play has an optic to choose from here. So if you're wanting to play fast, aggressive, get really, really close, pick yourself a dot sight. You want something that military look and a bit more sort of stitch perfect for a certain loadout. We've got the holographics and things like that. DMRs, we've got some sort of minor magnification, and then some of the short dots do have something that's probably a bit too powerful for airsoft, but still really, really good for scoping out enemies at a bit of a distance and making sure you can see the true flight path of your BB. So I'll start on the left and work his way across and have a little discussion about what comes in the box and how these things operate. So far over on my left, we have the standard I'd say it's a pistol red dot sight, but obviously it does come with the easy to mount 22mm RIS attachment. So this will fit on any RIS rail that you need. So a lot of these get put on sort of risers. This one comes with just the standard screw type. And again, you'll see these a lot in conjunction with the short dots later on, where you could put it on a canter, on a 45 or something like that, and have it as a backup to your sort of slightly zoomed thing. Again, it does have the two screws in the top, so you can just knock them out, take the normal RIS mount off the top, and if you do have a plate or anything on the back of a sidearm, this will fit to some plates. Obviously, please check that it is compatible. There are very, very various different types of optic mounts, optic plates, and spacings of screws, but we will try and put the spacing on which mount it fits on in the description. So if you get down into the text, they will put a really good advice in there. Obviously, on the back, this isn't one of the ones that you normally see with like the motion activation or light activation. This is a simple on and off. So there is a switch on the back. When it's in the center, it is off. To the left is red and to the right is green. We also have some standard zeroing capabilities. So we've got up and down on the top and right and left on the right hand side. So the arrows dictate either which way the BB lands or which way the dot moves. Also, once you have zeroed it, there are two screws in the back. Tightening them in fixes the zero in place. So if you're having trouble zeroing, make sure you just maybe loosen the two grub screws at the back. But once they're in, they're done, and you're good to go. So very versatile sight, fits on multiple platforms from pistol to AR, SMG, all that kind of stuff, and even works as a very, very good backup. The true staple of most airsoft rifles is the standard dot sight. Again, these things have been around for a long, long time. People have used them since I've started many, many, many years ago. Various different iterations of it with the dot illumination button on the side, everywhere. So this is on the top 45 angle, and you have 11 different settings of illumination. We'll take a 2032 battery in there. All of these do come with the relevant battery in the box with them, so don't worry about that. You don't need to get it extra. It is a simple red dot, something nice and easy. Put on your target, loose some BBs off. Underneath the two caps on the top are your zeroing options. So removing the caps will reveal the option that you have for zeroing. Obviously, this will need a tool to do it, either a very, very small flathead, and again, it is there is an indication arrow which way you need to turn it. Just make sure that you work out whether or not it is BB drop or dot that is being moved. It varies between optics. Something slightly different to this compared to other standard sort of T1 style things is this, the riser for this isn't bolted in or isn't screwed in. This is a low mount, an integrated low mount optic attached to a riser. So if you do want to just simply unscrew the Allen screw there, it will come off and you can have it as a low mount. So you don't have to do the 4 screws, take it out, add a separate part. It's all there, all done. Much, much easier for end user, and you can have a low mount or on a riser. Again, these are used as backups as well. You see these quite often on LVPO style optics on a canter or on the top of the mount. Again, very, very versatile and very, very easy. And a lot of people, even if you do have problems with the battery down the line, you can flip up some iron sights and do what's called shooting through the tube. Because it is quite a tight diameter, you can use this to aim roughly without the dot even turned on. So it is even functional when the battery is out. Again, on the sort of budget end of the options that we have, again, these have been really, really popular with the sort of entry-level platforms. Something very, very open. There's not much getting in the way. So with the sort of reflex style option that you have here, there's no bulkiness, there's no metalwork, there's no nothing. There's simply a frame around the glass, so there's nothing obstructing your view with this one. There is multiple options for reticle with this one. The other ones that we've seen so far are fixed little single dots. This one has the single dot, making it nice and clean, and again, keeping your peripheral vision open and nothing blocking, a really, really nice clean optic. We do then have the sort of what is recognizable as the holographic image. So it is a circle with a dot in the center. We then have a crosshair style and a crosshair with a slight circle. This is all controlled with the little lever on the back. Again, you can do this in game as you're playing if you just want something a bit cleaner. At the front, again, 2032 battery in here, but this one also has the option of green and red style in dot, and we have zeroing options on the top with up and down. This again fits onto any 20mm riz, 2 Allen screws on the side. Undoing that, drop it on, tighten it up. This thing is solid and good to go. Coming on to the center 3 here. So these are all pretty much identical in terms of optic and everything. This comes down to look of what you're wanting to run when it comes to the 3 sort of 552 or the XTO or whichever model you want. So they all have very similar controls on the back with the buttons. So we've got an on and off and an NV mode. So Real Steel variants, what they mean by NV is it goes into an almost IR setting. So if you're looking through the optic on with night vision, you will see some form of a reticle, whereas on this, pressing the NV simply turns it to green. A simple button on the right-hand side turns it on. Pressing both together turns it off. You then have illumination settings up and down with the arrows. With this one, again, it is a screw-style mounting, so undoing it, it's not like a lever QD. Unscrewing it, throw it onto your riz. Again, 20mm riz will fit on anything. Screw it down and making it tight. They have added a slit in there if you wanted to get a screwdriver or a little bar just to tweak it a little bit and make sure this thing doesn't move. They are really, really solid with the clamp style they've got on there. Zeroing this thing, it's all done on the same side. So the one at the back is up and down. The one close to the front is right and left. Again, arrows indicating direction and letting you zero this really, really well. This takes a CR123, again, included in the box. The mid-size one takes watch-style batteries, and the larger one takes sort of your standard AA batteries. So again, various options, all comes down to looks. The XTO, again, even with it being chunky and stuff like that, looks really good even on shotguns. But you see these on little risers, like the 1/4-inch risers, look really, really cool. If you're wanting to go for something slightly bigger and have a lot of battery power for longevity and this thing run for years and years, you can take the sort of slightly larger one. Again, visually wise, it's the standard holographic. You've got the circle with the dot in the center, keeping it nice and simple to keep your BBs on target. Coming on to sort of something that's slightly different now. Looks really, really big. This is almost like a 1.5 times, I think it is. Might be wrong with that, but it's a minor amount of magnification in this, and it is fixed. Just gives you that little bit of advantage, so you're not going to 3 or 4 that sort of limits you in CQB. You've got that 1.5 just so that when you come up, you've got a slightly different sort of vision. It allows your eyes to lock onto it a bit easier, and you get a better sort of sight through target, and your target acquisition's a little bit quicker when you have a tiny bit of magnification. Apart from that, it's very similar to everything else. Tiny dot. There's nothing around it or all like that. Nice, clean, precise optic. Again, you've got green and red options for the dot, and similar to the T1 style, we've got some turrets to do the zeroing. So up and down, left and right. Again, all these fit on your 20mm Riz nice and easy with the Allen screws in the side. Undo them, clamp it on and tighten it up. Very, very easy to do and very, very versatile. Again, that sort of slight magnification just makes that target acquisition a little bit easier on that one. And with it having the wider aperture, light coming through, various different optical things means that you're going to have a much easier time seeing through it in various different conditions. So coming on to the more magnified versions, we're sort of going away from the standard assault roll, but a lot of people do use LVPOs and the short dots on ARs, so you're not really limited for these going on DMRs or snipers or anything like that, but they will work on pretty much any platform. So this is a fixed style optic. We have various different adjustments and capabilities on this, but none of them affect magnification. So this is what is called a 4x32. What that means is it is fixed 4 times magnification, and the objective lens, which is the one that points at the object, is 32mm. So if you're looking for a kill flash or anything like that, or you're wanting to know what this end is, that is what is on the end of the terminology. The front aperture here, again, it's focusing on the distance that is on here. So if you're set up and you've set your diopter at the back for your sort of eye relief, the bit at the front is what you want to set to your rough engagement range, or what your rough sort of visual range is going to be at most sites. So if you're in quite a dense site, maybe an urban environment, a couple of buildings, you want to bring that down to sort of 20 yards, 10 yards maybe, so you're getting nice clean vision at that thing. If you're going out to woodlands and you want to see get a really crisp view a little bit further, you can throw this up to 50, 100, or even what they call infinite, and that means that the things further away are going to be much more in focus, and anything that's really close is going to be slightly out of focus, but if it's that close, you just turn in and probably canted snap shooting anyway. So again, we've got zeroing options underneath the turrets, so these things keep the sort of dirt and moisture and everything out. They are all sealed, so taking these off, we do find the zeroing options again. Difference with these ones is it is toolless, so you can just turn these as you see fit. So if you do need to do it in game, very, very easy to do. You can just take them off, make a slight adjustment, and then throw your turrets back on. Please be careful, as in these turrets aren't available separately, so if you do lose the covers, you're going to have to live with it. Unfortunately, you can't get spare covers. So make sure you are in an environment where it is safe to do so. Again, we've got the 2032 style battery cover at the back and red and green style optics. And this is almost like an MRAD style reticle that's through this. What we mean by that, not just is it left and right and dots, you do have some gradients in there giving you a little bit of a offset. So if you get used to where your BB's landing and you get used to ranges, you can very easily aim off with this thing with the style of crosshair that's on it. Coming on to the two larger optics here, these ones are both adjustable. So we'll go to the compact 1x6 by 24. So again, what we mean by that, 1 to 6 is the type of magnification. So we can go from 1, turn and go all the way to 6 times magnification. And what we mean by 24 is the objective end. So if you're looking for a flash hider or you want to know what this end is, it is a 24. So again, very similar adjustments to what we've had before, but in addition to that, we do have the magnification. So we go from 1 all the way to 6. We do have the eye release adaptation at the back, but we don't have anything at the front. Short dots don't normally have that range adjustment because they have a little bit, they're probably permanently set to sort of what is equivalent to the infinite setting. So you will get a clean sort of vision in quite a big depth of field. Again, very large turrets on this one. There's nothing to undo. You can simply pull them out, turn them, and them clicks are it adjusting. Push back in, and it locks in place. Each one of them clicks, according to this, is half MOA. What we mean by MOA is a big circle all around you is cut into minutes. So there's 360 minutes in a circle. It's like degrees. So when you are clicking left and right, you are moving that dot half a minute. If you want to delve deep into optics and understand what all that means, it means that you can be very, very precise. Half a minute of angle is a very, very fine adjustment. You've got to think that most red dots themselves, anywhere from 3 to 6 minutes in size, and that's at 100 yards. So you being able to adjust half a minute of angle with each one of these clicks means that you can zero this thing extremely precisely and get your crosshair exactly what you want. It is a standard crosshair in this, so we do just have left and right, but there are some little dots on there, so you can aim off slightly, but aiming off in Airsoft with something like this. If you're running a DMR or a sniper, yes, it might be helpful, but with your AR, this thing is just mainly probably going to be sat anywhere from 1 to 3 times at standard, so you can lose some rounds off, and you might throw it to 6 if you're just scouting out in a woodland. But again, very, very useful. Comes with the cantilever, which is always a Brucey bonus, and it is a nice, very compact platform for a 1 to 6. Does have a bit of weight to it, but nothing compared to what some of the short dots out there are like. So coming on to the biggest of the bunch, but yet isn't the biggest magnification. So this is a 1 to 4 by 24. So again, we've got 1 to 4 times magnification. The numbers on here are roughly where that type of magnification is, but you are not locked in place. They're not indented or anything. So if you're wanting half, you can put it on half. If you're wanting 2.5, there is a number there. If you're wanting 3.5 or 2.75, you're not locked into these numbers. You can put it exactly where you want. So you have basically an infinite number of magnification options in between 1 and 4. 1 and 4 is probably the best sort of range when it comes to Airsoft. Anything beyond 4 times, you're looking at very, very sort of high-end sniper platforms, or you're just sort of scouting. You're not really going to be using more than 4 times to engage in Airsoft. You can pretty much see exactly what you need with that, and you can see where your BBs are landing. Again, the covers on this are spring-loaded, so if you wanted to just keep any moisture out, if you sat waiting, if you want to keep these on for dust protection or anti-scratch or anything like that, you can keep these on whilst you're in game and just pop them, and again, pop them at the back, and they drop, they can just pop up out the way. Again, it's an option. Personally, I don't really run with them. I keep them in my box, and then when I put it away, I will just throw them on to keep the glass nice and protected. Again, comes with the cantilever, always a bonus, mounts the same as all the others. You've got 2 Allen screws undoing that, and there is a lug in the center just to lock it exactly into one piece of riz, so there's no forward, backwards movement, and then tightening it up stops any left and right. Again, we've talked about on every other one, so we'll take the covers off, and we do find the toolless adjustment. Again, nice and easy to do, especially on a short dot. Normally you have to get coins or something in on most optics like this, but this is toolless, making it very, very easy to do whenever you need it. 2032 battery style, again, watch style battery, and we do have red and green style sort of illumination. Whether or not it's a dot or the entire crosshair glows, it varies between different optics, but in the description we'll give exactly what style of crosshair is on things and how the illumination works. Some short dots have just the center lights up as a dot, similar to the red dots, and some just allow the entire crosshair to glow. Pros and cons between both. If you have all the way down to a 1 times, it means you can use this as a red dot, making it very, very easy. And then going all the way up to the 4 times, you've got a nice little crisp dot. Personally, I run a lot of my short dots without even a battery in it. I don't really use the illumination because the crosshair is totally fine on its own. But if you do need that little bit of glow, especially if you start running into evenings and things like that, where the crosshair is sort of disappearing into the background and you can't really make out where your shots are going, you can just turn it onto like a 1 times and have a really good time. So we've covered quite a few optics there, but I hope you have enjoyed that and something has piqued your interest of something that you could throw onto one of your platforms. There is an optic for everyone, and there is an optic for every platform here. Everything's very, very versatile. Some of them work together with backups and things like that. Most of them including mounts, so obviously the red dots all just mount straight onto 20mm riz. All the magnified optics come with either a cantilever or the high mounts there. Or anything that needs a tool, the tool is also included in the box. And if it needs a battery, the batteries are always included in the box. So you don't need to factor in getting anything else. Some optics, you're like, oh, what battery does it come with? I'll have to get one of them as well. No, you open this box, there's everything there that you need to mount it, run it, and get it on the field. So very, very impressive. We're very, very happy with the Delta Armory's range of optics. They're all in the shop now, and they will hit the website extremely soon if they haven't already whilst I've been doing this video. So if you want to grab one of these, please do it now. There is loads to choose from, and you can get the exact loadout that you need. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you again in a bit. Thanks. Bye. Nano.